Hello again, everybody. It's Stasha Eriksen. I hope you're all doing well. Well, I'm back with a timeless reading for the collective. I want to say thank you for everybody who has stumbled around and divinely found me on my old channel. The energy and a lot of the subscribers and the traffic that was happening with my channel. My previous channel had been there since 2011, and let's just say I had picked up quite a few trolls. Just call them trolls, I'll leave it at that. So I forgot I had this backup channel, which I created maybe about almost 10 years ago when I wrote my first books about topics such as MK Ultra, mind control, pretty much just about all the conspiracies that are accepted now as conspiracies, whether it be Illuminati, Neuralink brain chips, Hollow Earth. That first book I wrote was pretty intense. It covered a lot. When I wrote it, it was very controversial. And yeah, now if you guys haven't seen that book that I wrote, it's called Diary of an Asset. You can check out some of the videos on this channel. That's the last time I posted anything from this channel. It was, I don't know, 10 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. But if you're interested in conspiracy theories and learning about mind control programs, and if you feel that you might be what's known as a targeted individual, then you are not alone. Myself and many others are also in this category. Are we chosen ones? Or are we chosen by them? Who knows? Is it military? Is it alien? Is it angelic? Use your discernment. But there's something going on out there. So guys, I hope, I know this is a lot different. I know you're all used to me showing my face. I, made a podcast back in 2015 that I called The Message, which was featured on my old channel, and it's because people started focusing so much on what I looked like, or the way I talked, or the way I did air quotes, which I'm still doing. Yeah, and I know, and I always use air quotes the wrong way. That's what's even funnier. Anyway, it became more about the messenger and not the message, and as they say, don't shoot the messenger. So I stopped filming myself a long time ago. Started again, now I've stopped again. It's not about the messenger, it's about the message. So this is my new style. It's what the collective has been begging for. Everybody really wants cards and wants the way that I and myself and others read, which is not so traditional in the ways of reading Oracle and Tarot. We're not reading the book, but we're reading what we feel comes through by the images or the messages based upon that. Oh, bumblebee. Look at this. Dandelions just started popping up everywhere. If you don't know about dandelions are one of the most healing plants, flowers, if you will, that exist on planet Earth. They have an infinite number of uses. I've been making an extract from dandelions that I collected last summer that is exactly a year old now, so I'm going to be releasing that with a lot of other products that I create to heal the body, mind, and spirit with my company, Mysticura. I'll let you guys know when I have everything up and running. It's always best when I'm picking the flowers and herbs in the springtime. Anyway, let's get back. Ooh, zoom in, Stasha, zoom out. All right, here we go. So I had two piles here. It felt like it was two different energies. So when I felt what I was dealing with for this first pile, or this first row, is all the people who are kind of going through what I would call balancing their dark side right now. They're going through their dark night of the soul, and they're balancing their dark side. This is your journey. Now, for those of you that have been more on the lightworker side, and this is where you're at right now, you've already gone through the dark night of the soul, and now you're here on your light-filled journey, or it can go backwards. You can start on the light journey and then end up going in the dark night. But this second row is for people who are primarily right now working in the energies of the light. First row is for people who've been working in the energies of darkness. Remember, we are in duat. We are in the world of duality. We have both sides. That is what we could hope will be the theme and goal of this cycle of Earth, is that when this comes to an end, there won't be a matriarchal society. There won't be a patriarchal society. We will have, possibly for the first time ever, a Godhead. That's what we're rooting for. A balance of dark and light, masculine and feminine, because that is how it should be, because that's how it is. All right, so for my dark nights of the soul, it's perfect to start out with this card too. It says, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. And I remember the last reading, the card said something about being able to see someone through the eyes of love for the first time. Well, this is perfect for that theme because it talks about while you're going through your dark night of the soul, well, look, we still have these little luminaries, don't we? We still have little stars. So when you're in the darkness and you call upon the light and you still believe in things like prayer and you still believe in the universe and you still believe that you're being guided, and even if you're afraid of that, you realize that everything you're learning, I mean, all the darkness is a teaching. It's all a lesson. And it is, no matter whether you want to think God's the good guy or the bad guy, most likely he's playing both. Why is that? Because he loves us. We have to go through pain to appreciate pleasure. We have to go through sickness in order to appreciate healing, right? So don't fear your darkness. Learn to love it. And realize that all that you go through on this journey will bring you growth. And just keep reaching for love. There's so much love in darkness. The mother womb herself is darkness, right? All right, so let's pop down to the lightworker side. Now, 2 of these came out stuck together, so I figured that was very significant. And it says, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Now, this is very similar to this one. This was connected. This was upside down. And this says, when I think I've surrendered, I'd surrender more. So that was in reverse. So that's maybe something that we need to look at if we're on our light path. Just because you think you've surrendered and you said, oh, I'm turning my back on the darkness, I surrendered to the light. Well, just when we think we've surrendered the most, there's probably a little more surrendering that we can still do. And how do we do that? Prayer, contemplation, and stillness. So like I was mentioning in the last reading as well, the more we talk, the less we listen, the less we receive. So prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Also the same energies that you want here when you're going through the dark night of the soul. Have your prayer. Think about what you're learning and be still when you think. Very, very powerful messages there. Okay, now we're going to move on to the second part of the reading for the dark night of the soul peeps. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. And it's fitting that we have the moon card here as well, because the moon represents the darkness and all this stuff. And, the silver lining is the silver reflection of the moon, right? So what we see around us are actually external expressions, representations of what's going on internally. So when we go through this dark night of the soul and we're dark, dark, dark in the womb, and there's demons and there's bad guys and there's all this stuff flying around us, that's a reflection of our internal condition. Not saying there ain't fools outside of all this, because there are, but most likely you are going to be presented with the demons, the darkness, the things that you have the parts of your shadow you have let to look at will be exposed during this time. So embrace that. Just realize that it's something you need to look at, or otherwise it wouldn't affect you. People say, oh, when I'm a targeted individual and they just get so personal with me and they start, using names of people that I love and my children, and this stuff gets really hardcore with the targeting. And they go, why is it so personal? Well, maybe it's supposed to be personal. Again, I don't know who's out there targeting individuals. I don't know, again, is it alien, is it military, is it angelic? Who knows? Somebody's out there doing this to thousands, hundreds of thousands of people all over the world right now. But it tends to always be a reflection of something that's personal to them. So maybe there is a very divine connection to this whole targeted individual and chosen one thing. So, yeah, we can call this the targeted individual pile and the chosen one pile. You see the difference? You can be in the darkness thinking you're being targeted, or you can be in the light believing that you're chosen. Same difference. Made me laugh. Okay. Let's go down to, the lightwork side. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So most people would think that when you're walking in the light path, that all you're going to experience is going to be comfort and joy and harmony and peace. Nope. There is still a lot of discomfort that goes through this process. So you start, with a little crescent, and you get to the half, and then you got the full. And when you get to the full moon, it can be really uncomfortable, because that's when, you know, all of the parts of your light side that you haven't embraced are going to come to the surface. So find the deeper meaning in the things that feel uncomfortable when you're even when you're walking in the light, because it also, again, it's going to be a reflection of your own internal conditions, the things that make you feel uncomfortable. Beautiful. All right, so now let's keep moving to the Dark Night of the Soul pile. Now we've switched over to the Angels and Ancestors deck, and that was these were The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein, and these are Angels and Ancestors. That's what they look like here, by Kyle Gray. Here's the back of Gabby's cards too. Gabby's great. She wrote some amazing books. All right, so we have Drum, Dream and Journey. So when you go on to this Dark Night of the Soul, it's really freaky, dude. I don't know if people know what I'm referring to, or if you think that's just a term. No, it's an actual initiation that you go through on your spiritual journey if you're at that stage. You probably won't find this video if you haven't gone through one, or if you're not about to. I've had about 7 or 8 of them, and I think 3 or 4 of them have happened just this year alone, and it's only May. The other ones were sprinkled over a 12-13 year period, and then I had 4 this year. So that's why I've been a little silent and stepping back. But when you're going through this, it's a real thing. You are going to see and hear and experience things that you never thought were possible. You will actually be able to realize that the invisible realms are a real place, whether they be darker or lighter or above or below. It don't matter. There is an in-between. There's a place that I call elsewhere. Many other Native Americans and other channels have referred to it as this. That came to me very divinely. I never read the words elsewhere anywhere, but when I first traveled into the etheric realms, I called that place elsewhere. So when you get to elsewhere, because you're gonna get there, dream and journey through it. Realize that you might actually be experiencing what is known as a dream in a waking state. That is the closest thing I can use to describe what a Dark Night of the Soul is. You feel as though you're in a dream, but you're actually awake. So, I don't know how else to explain it. Maybe some people in the comments that have gone through can describe their experience. But yes, you're basically in like a living dream. So when you're there, be aware of it. You're going to have the sun, you're going to have the moon, you're going to have challenges from good guys and bad guys, and the world's going to keep turning, and probably all one of these little symbols is going to be some kind of a test that's going to get presented to you. A test on your personal character, or a test on your moral character. What you would do, what you wouldn't do, things that you have totally outgrown and would never be a part of your life again will pop up all of a sudden, just to make sure that you're done with it, just to test and see, are you really done? Is this how you really feel? So enjoy it, embrace it, dream along that dream, journey along that dream, and take control of it. So I could start to smell from a mile away when there was a test coming. Be aware, be on your toes, realize that when these tests come, don't be afraid, don't wither up, don't hide. Go with it, journey it, ride the wave, and go with the flow. All right, so for the Lightworker path, we have winter. See, it's started a little light for the Lightworker path. Now it's getting a little darker. See, it's pretty balanced on both sides. Here you're in the darkness, and wow, now you're journeying, and you're dreaming, and you're creating. So you have power, no matter what side you're on. So winter says, take care of your needs. It is very easy to get sidetracked when we are going through a spiritual process, an ascension journey. You have to remember to take care of yourself, whatever that means to you. If you need more water, drink more water. If you need more sun, get more sun. There you go. Even if they're going to keep spraying, see all the spraying they're trying to do, pray it away. Pray it away. Say, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, universe, angels, ancestors, guides, whoever you call upon, please help me to clear these skies. Please help me to clear these skies. Angels, sylphs, clouds, please clear out these skies. If they're spraying anything that is causing humans pain or suffering, disease, or discomfort, please clear them away now. And that's how it works. So whatever that is for you, just remember that you need to never forget whatever your needs are. Take care of your needs and don't neglect them. And your needs might even be like just spoiling yourself, or going shopping, or getting your nails done, or getting a massage, or whatever. Whatever your needs are, only you know. We all have different needs. So don't forget about that when you're on the light field journey. Don't every single day just try to learn the most spiritual knowledge you can and be a whatever. Spiritual journey doesn't need to be shared with everybody. In fact, it mostly shouldn't. If I didn't get impacted so much by mine, if I didn't go from somebody who worked in television industry in Hollywood to this work, and it wasn't organic for me, I never would have shared it with anybody. But because my life did such a 360, this is why I started sharing it with others. This was not a thing anybody did 15, 20 years ago when I started making content. This was not a thing anybody did. I was alone and I was scared, and there was God, maybe 100 of us internet wide who even shared our journeys on YouTube. So to see how far it's come, it's super awesome and super amazing. But if you're going through this stuff, especially the dark part, you don't have to share it with the world. You don't need to. It's an internal journey for you. It's a test. It's lessons and blessings just for you. But don't forget to take care of yourself. One thing I really want to stress to people right now is about prescription medication. Now, it's obvious that we shouldn't be drinking alcohol and taking street drugs. These can be very, very dangerous. There's natural herbs, supplements, plants, flowers. There's so many things we can ingest in our bodies that are from nature. But anything of a chemical composition, particularly prescription medication, I really want to warn everybody, particularly those who are on a spiritual journey and are ascending right now. Please get rid of all of your prescription medications. Do it carefully. Go to a doctor. Do it the proper way. But I can tell you right now, if you don't want to be part of the false matrix or the metaverse, don't put anything artificial into your body anymore. We have enough going through the air and the skies and the internet and Wi-Fi. Keep your vessels as clean as possible. Cleanse, drink water, protect. Oh, there we go. Universe agrees. Just take care of yourselves, okay? Because a lot of us think that prescription medications are safe because they're from a doctor. But det er helt motsatt, as we say in Norwegian, which means it's the total opposite. All right, so how are you going to move forward when you get through the dark night of the soul? How are you going to move forward? You are going to become a shield maiden. You're going to make plans and focus. So once you've gone through all the tests and you get all the way to the end of the journey, what are you going to do with that? You need to do something with it. It's going to be something different for everybody, but make sure that you start making plans for whatever the next stage of your journey is, and don't forget to focus on what is meant for you. Yes, it's good to think about the planet. Yes, it's good to think about humanity, our loved ones, our families, but if we don't start with what our plan and our focus is, we'll never get there. So don't forget, once you go through all that craziness, start making plans for your future, because you're going to need to take action with all that you've learned along that path. And you're going to do it. I feel everyone's going to be victorious. All right, final message for those on the lightworker path. We have Lady. And Lady says, enjoy growth and reap rewards. So it's very similar, you know, you're making your plans and you're focusing on, she's a little dark, she's been through it, you know, she's got her sword, she's got her shield, she's got the crazy war paint, she has been through it. But this one, she's been through it too. Look at her go, she's been through it as well. But rather than having to be in an energy of fight or flight, she's in the energy of growth and abundance and reaping the rewards. She has planted all of her seeds. Her garden is abundant and flowing. And now she's enjoying the harvest. So everybody's getting where they need to go. Some are building and some are harvesting, but they're all going to the same place at the end. So that's like a pretty awesome journey for everybody. I'm super excited. So that is where I will leave this collective timeless reading for those on the dark night of the soul and those on the lightworker path. And you know, most of us are basically on both, but it depends on where we're at this time that you find this reading, that you will receive the messages that are meant for you. My Etsy shop is open. I have a few services left there. I'm not resonating so much with having my work being out to the public as I used to. Believe it or not, I found out that people could order healing ceremonies from me and have not my best interests at heart, or could actually be catfishes. This is how naive and how innocent I truly am. I never thought anybody could do that, and it was revealed to me there was many clients that I had that I thought were real, which were actually catfishes, and they were part of covens, dark witch covens, and they were finding ways to latch on to me and kind of spy, or like what they call monitoring spirits, kind of watch what I was doing and try to either copy it or steal it, or I don't know what they were trying to do. It didn't work though. They tried. It didn't work. Wow, as I'm saying that, some weird crazy number from a country that I don't know anyone from tries calling. But yeah, so I have been a little bit leery about offering my services out to the public in the way that I used to. If you're someone that's placed an order recently, I've had a lot of issues with the Etsy shop. Some orders have not been showing up, some have. My bank accounts have been getting messed with and hacked and compromised. I'm literally not kidding. This targeted individual thing is real. Probably for the past 6 months, I have had my Etsy shop shut down. My website is down at the moment. Every type of way that I can offer my services to the collective, to the public, has been attacked. And as you got, if anybody who's followed me a long time, you know, I used to have got anywhere between 10 to 50 different orders or clients every single day. I would have 100 at least every week of people that I was having to, remove spirits off of, break curses from. It was so overwhelming that my waiting list was like 3 months or something. So anyway, it's maybe been like 10 or maybe 50 people in 6 months. It's gone down that much. So it's definitely, people are blocking me. They don't want my work to get out there. So what would work best for me, if anybody would like to have a reading done, if they want any type of healing service done, if you have any type of attachments that you want removed that are of a negative origin and are blocking your life, if you need any other type of spiritual healing, shamanic healing, if you would like a reading like this, anything at all, I do spiritual mentoring and guidance and help guide people on how to take back their power. If you're not feeling Etsy, or you want to just or if you can't afford the prices I have, which I make them really low. I think I have like a 55% off sale or something crazy going on Etsy right now. Reach out to me there, or the best way to do it would probably be to leave a Cash App or PayPal donation and just send me a message in the notes section. And if you want a reading, just send a donation, whatever you can afford. $5, $10, $20. If you just have one question, I'm happy to help anybody in any way I can. It seems like PayPal and Cash App have been the only things that have not been attacked for me, but all of my personal bank accounts, whether it be Wells Fargo, Chase, DNB, you name it, Capital One, everything, anything I had, just destroyed, hacked, blocked, negative. I don't know what's going on out there, but it's all good. It's a good thing I don't care about money, and I have given no importance to it. Of course, we need food and we need shelter and we need all these things, but the point is I don't put any importance or focus on that. So if they take it away, they think it's going to affect me, but it really doesn't. So we'll just switch that all around. Anybody right now who is being affected by targeting, by being targeted, by being a targeted individual, if their business, if their finances, if their love life, if their relationships, that's a big thing. There's a lot of bugaboos out there trying to separate divine unions right now. I ask that all of those be broken at this time, and everybody have all of the blocks that are in their way removed for them, so that they can continue on their path as the best version of themselves as possible, with as least resistance as possible. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Links for Etsy and the donation links, if you want to order a reading or a healing ceremony, are in the description box below. Thank you all for checking out my new channel, and I'm sending you love, light, peace, and forgiveness. Have a wonderful day.